Alright, today we're going to be installing a auto-dimming rearview mirror on a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. And make sure you watch the entire video so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. The OEM mirror, new from Subaru, costs around $550 Canadian after taxes, which I think is pretty ridiculous. So I decided to look online for a used auto-dimming mirror from a wrecker. And luckily I found one on eBay just under $190 Canadian after shipping and taxes. And here it is. The mirror came in almost perfect condition with maybe a slight gouge or scratch in the back, but otherwise it looks pretty much brand new. However, this mirror did not come with the 5-pin harness we need to install it. When I asked the eBay seller, they stated that they didn't have it in stock, so I had to look for the harness part number online. After searching through some forums, I found a part number and went to purchase it from the local dealer, which costed me $35. This is where I made my first mistake of not checking the pins in my mirror, which requires a 10-pin connector, not a 5-pin. What I learned was that Subaru does not sell the 5-pin to 10-pin harness separately from the mirror, which means you would need to buy a brand new mirror in order to receive the correct harness, which is what I don't want to do. I thought about wiring the harness myself, however, after looking at the connectors, they were just way too expensive and didn't make this cost effective. Luckily, I found a company that makes these harnesses exactly for my situation. Bob's Automotive Mirrors provide custom mirror harnesses, and not only would this be less expensive than purchasing the connectors and making the harness myself, but it would also just be a plug-and-play installation, making the process so much easier. And here it is. The harness is very well made, and it's exactly what we need to retrofit the used rearview mirror into the 2025 Crosstrek Wilderness. So if you're doing the same thing as me where you're retrofitting a used mirror into a newer car, make sure to check out Bob's Automotive Mirrors as they will guide you in getting the right harness for your situation. I'm not sponsored by them, but they've just been really easy to work with, so I highly recommend them. Let's get into the installation process. So we'll need a 10mm ratcheting wrench, a Phillips head screwdriver, a trim removal tool, some zip ties, a side cutter for the zip ties, a piece of cardboard or anything dark so we can test the mirror later, some optional electrical tape or foam tape if you like to wrap the connectors. I won't be using it in this case, but it's up to you, and gloves for safety. First, let's open up the hood by releasing the latch and propping the hood open. Then, disconnect the negative end of the battery with a 10mm ratcheting wrench. And here I use a piece of tape just to make sure that the negative end doesn't contact the battery while I'm working on the car. Inside the car, we're going to be using the trim removal tool to pry open the dome light cover. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 2 screws holding in the trim piece, and pull down the entire dome light cover. Remove any connectors that are plugged into the dome light cover. Usually those will just have some tabs on the back of any of the connectors, which you'll need to press and pull away. For the main eyesight cover, push it forward to release it from the tabs and pull it away from the vehicle. My dash cam's in the way of removing the lower eyesight cover, so I'm just going to unplug it and remove it for now. To remove the lower eyesight cover, push the cover forwards towards the front of the vehicle to disengage the clips and place it aside. To remove the original mirror, we're going to be rotating the base counterclockwise while pulling it away from the mirror simultaneously. You'll see here in the video I've also threaded through the harness that is in the mirror through the panels and the trim pieces here, just so it's going to be a little bit more tidy when we wire everything together. Now to install the new mirror, we're going to align the retention clips on the new mirror and mount it onto the windshield. It's going to be the reverse of the removal process, so just take your time making sure it's aligned. Push it down, turn clockwise about 45 degrees, and it should lock into place. Now let's locate the 5-pin connector that's inside the vehicle. This might be a little bit more hidden for you, but you should be able to locate it. It might be wrapped in some foam tape. Just pull it out so we can plug in our harness into it later. Let's connect the 10-pin connector on our new harness to the 10-pin connector on the mirror harness. Then we'll thread the 5-pin connector side through the panel towards the headliner, where we've already pulled out the connector attached to the vehicle. And if we pull down the mirror here a bit, you'll see that the mirror harness goes through the panel, connecting to our new harness, which then goes behind the headliner and the panel pieces. And this is where it comes out of. Now there is a plastic clip on the 10-pin connector that will slide into the top portion of the eyesight cover. This is just to make the connector more stable, so make sure that we clip this into the designated spot before we reassemble everything back. Now connect the 5-pin connectors together and tuck them away out of sight into the headliner. Use a zip tie to make sure that the wires are tucked neatly together, and use some side cutters to trim off the excess of the zip tie. And here's the final result. You can see the harness is zip tied with a pre-existing wire, goes behind the trim panels, and goes into where we've connected it to the 5-pin connector on the vehicle. With everything installed, let's reinstall all the components we've removed, which is exactly the opposite of the installation process. Here's a comparison with the original mirror. Not only is the new mirror slightly larger, but the shape looks more refined in my opinion. Remember to reconnect the negative end of the battery terminal, and close the hood. To test the dimming function of our newly installed mirror, let's turn the car into ignition mode by pressing the start button twice, and placing a dark piece of paper or cardboard behind the right side of the mirror. This will activate the sensor and we should see the mirror slowly dim. Removing the cardboard or the piece of paper will allow the dimming mirror to slowly regain its brightness. If you have the auto dimming side mirrors installed, make sure those work and they should darken pretty quickly. You can see my camera can't even focus on it once it's fully darkened. To calibrate the homelink function for your garage door, press whichever homelink button you'd like to connect to. Once the orange light is flashing, bring the garage remote about 1 to 3 inches or 2 to 8 centimeters away from the mirror. Press and hold the remote until the orange light becomes green, and that shows you that it's working properly. You may need to calibrate the compass as well. First, adjust the zone by pressing and holding the power button until a number shows up. I'm in zone 4 based on Subaru's map, so I'll be pressing the power button repeatedly until the correct zone shows up. Once that is complete, wait for the compass to reset. You may also need to drive around for the compass to fully realign itself to its correct direction. If you have any questions about the calibration, please feel free to comment below or refer to Subaru's owner's manual found online or in the description box below. Alright, and that's how you install a auto dimming with homelink rearview mirror on a 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider subscribing. It does help motivate me to create more content for you guys. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.